What's up, guys? This is Waylon with Discount Fireworks in Ripon, Wisconsin. I wanted to start something where I do Q&A. You can ask me questions that you want a little bit longer answer to or a video on. And I'll make videos and I'll do a shout out to the person putting the question. Maybe I'll answer some short questions in the videos. And today I'll just do an example. A lot of people ask me, what is my favorite firework? So I'm going to show you guys my favorite firework. And honestly, for years and years, I've told everybody, like, I don't have a favorite firework. I always want to do something different. Like a different firework is my new favorite firework. But this year, after years and years and years of doing fireworks, my dad's been selling fireworks since I was 4 or 5 years old. And I actually started selling them with my mom while he worked, and he just brought them to us and had us sell them. So, kind of, after all those years, I always tell everyone, like, I don't have a favorite, but this year I decided, I'm like, well, I guess I do have some favorites, but I don't think it's what you think. When I tell myself it's my favorite, it's because it's something that I would pick for every single show. Like, there's not a lot of fireworks that I want to use in every single show. And these first couple I'm going to show you, it's because they're budget friendly. It's for even like a 200-gram show with a big ending, solid ending. These can be thrown in there, and they're not too expensive. They're, I think, 38 bucks a piece or something. The one might be 52, I don't know, we'll see. I will show you other fireworks that I would use every show on a higher budget show. We'll just start taking a look and I'll discuss it. Right here, one of them. Like, there is a spot for this in every single show. I will always want to use one of these, and I do use one of these pretty much every single time. It is a Proline cake. It is RA 143032 Red Tail to Brocade Crown Instant. This thing is phenomenal. It's only a couple seconds long. It shoots up. It's like 49 shots. It says 6 seconds, but I don't think it's even that. So it's 49 shots of instant brocade. Another couple pieces would be also Proline. RA 143046 and RA 143047, and they're the same piece in different speeds. This is 100 shot multicolor tails to Truno, which is thunder, and this is the same. One is instant and one is, says right on there, 30 seconds long. But honestly, like, I don't like slow. Like, if I'm going to use salutes, I do not like slow. I love the instant. However, I did make a video where I took this one and I lit it from both ends. If you do not know, the Proline has fuses on each end. And like these, you can take one cake and physically connect each end to each other, and then light it from the center, and it will burn from both ends. So it goes twice the speed. So now this turns into like a 15-second 100-shot salute, and the pace is just great. And now you get about double the length of the instant. It's $38 on these. Any howling cake, great piece to put in a show. Straight whistling to thunder. And these are another Proline cake for $36, looks like. So yeah, like I said, there's not a whole lot of pieces that I want to use every single show. However, Metallic Wrath and Golden Age, both of them are one I like to use in a higher budget show, you know, a couple grand at least. These are $216 each. They are not very long, but they're a beautiful horsetail. One is gold, one is white. And the Sky Painting, another high budget favorite piece. And so this one is the new colored smoke. It looks like pastel painting in the sky. It's just amazing. I just did a video and I did this. So it fills the sky with smoke, colored smoke, but then it stops and the smoke is still in the sky. It's, if you don't do something to back it up, you're wasting a lot of smoke and time. So I followed this up with the golden age, I believe, and I did a video on it. It's a great video. It's only about 30 seconds long, 35 seconds long. So you got almost $500, $450 into those two pieces. But it's amazing. So for a high budget show, like the sky painting and those pieces, my favorites. That piece is $262. Now, if you were just gonna grab like two 2-minute compound cakes, I would highly suggest one of these. These are another one that I want to use all the time. So these are a double slice, and then I've also got triple slices. These 4 separate ones, or these are triples, and then I've got the doubles. But these 4 separate ones, they are all horsetail, 3 shots. You know, there's actually 27 shots, but it's 3 shots of 9 at a time, and they're all horsetails, but with different effects. One is nishiki, one is falling leaves, glittering tail, the white brocade. That's the falling leaves. Blue Star Mine, neon glittering tail, the Red Sea blue stars with white strobe. But these are $43 a piece, and you can quick connect it to the tail end of one of your 2-minute compound cakes. Then, if you have a show with a lot of cues available, if you have a lot of firing system, I have 24 different 62mm shells, and I absolutely love these. So this is something, you know, for a high budget show, a lot of time, you're an experienced shooter with a lot of firing system and a lot of investment. I'm bringing you to the consumer stuff. My favorite, if I do a higher budget show where I'm doing NOABs, I mean, I do like to, there's a lot of shows I like to use 6 to 10 of these. And the disco ball, if it's one of those shows, the disco ball will go in every single show. And, you know, so many people think NOABs aren't worth the money. And I have to say, NOABs aren't all created equally. You know, I've had some brands and some different ones, and sometimes it's not even brand specific. You know, a brand will have one that is just amazing and another one that's not. But the disco ball and the magnum tremors, I mean, those two would both, they would be going into every show that I use NOABs. Somebody recorded one of my shows from across the lake, and you can see the NOAB above the whole show, the disco ball, as well as the magnum tremors. Above the whole show, it's as wide as the pancakes. It's above all the other breaks, and just amazing effects. But now, if you use it at a close distance, and you've got other fireworks going off, you're going to be looking through the other fireworks in the air at that special effect that you really want to see, and you're not going to see it. It's going to ruin the firework. So there's a time and place for these, and a budget. Cheaper consumer pieces. Silent Power, $15. Too Fishy, $11. These are 200-gram cakes, and when people are doing like a $400, $300 show and they're grabbing a bunch of 200-gram cakes, you know, trying to get them a whole bunch of different effects, like every single time I'm like, well, you need the Too Fishy and you need the Silent Power. Silent Power is horsetails, Too Fishy is fish, and that's just going to add different effects to your show, and it's just going to spice it up. It's going to be great. I've got these boy, girl, happy family, and they are instant daytime smoke. One's pink, one blue. They're $22 a piece. They're great. They're a consumer item, and they're about half the price of an instant smoke Proline cake. So these are phenomenal. And I don't know, it's like, you know, even the $50 Proline instant smoke cakes, it's just like, you know, that's a lot of money for instant, but it's something I find myself shooting over and over and over. I love them. Fountains. Fountains is a tough one for me. I mean, there's quite a few good ones here, but I know when I lit this spring fling, and I have only done one, so I don't know if I should call it a favorite, because like I said, when I really think about my favorites, is like, what do I do repeatedly? But this spring fling was so loud, so big, I loved it. Novelties, little flyers, something cheap, $1 buzz balls, and these are like a zipper. Never gonna change my mind. Best cheap firework out there. I've lit a whole lot of these finale sets, and I mean, they're all phenomenal, and I haven't lit all of these, but you know, as of now, from everything I lit, you know, everything I lit last year, I know my favorite last year was the Max Load 38. I would definitely use it again. That one is $127. Last one, I swear. Confetti cake. It shoots out big long streamers. It's easy to clean up, but it's called confetti. So yeah, real long streamers. I've used this thing at multiple daytime celebrations. Great piece. 30 shots, $33. And I think I've given you guys enough examples on my favorites. But like I said, this is going to be a Q&A, and I'll make videos. Please go into the comments, ask away. It doesn't have to be about fireworks. It can be about anything. And if I can turn that anything into somehow firework related, I'm sure I can, and I will. I'm sure there's questions I won't answer, but I'm sure there's plenty of questions that I will. And we'll see how this goes. I mean, I think this could be a fun little segment that I do once in a while. Alright guys, peace out. I appreciate your business. Look forward to seeing you all. Look forward to hearing from you all for this year's New Year's Eve and the big celebration for the 4th of July.